Hello everybody, welcome to Afghanistan 11. I'm Paradox Gamer playing, and this is the press release I'm playing here. It's version 1.00, as you can see down here in the corner. And we're going to start up a campaign. Now, I'm not going to play the first 4 scenarios because they are tutorials and they're really not that interesting. They're just about how do you learn the basic mechanics of the game. So I'm going to skip those 4. Battle number 5, which is the Battle of Las Kagar, is currently bugged, so it's not possible to actually win that scenario. So I'm going to go with Operation Mountain Thrust, the 6th scenario. We're going to go on regular difficulty. This game is pretty hard. You can switch between novice, regular, veteran, and elite, and I think regular. If you're just starting the game, you should actually go novice. If you're just playing casually, novice or regular, definitely. So Operation Mountain Thrust. In May 2006, 17th of May, an operation that would result in Afghanistan seeing its bloodiest period since the fall of the Taliban regime was launched. A NATO and Afghan-led effort that the primary objective of Operation Mountain Thrust was to quell the ongoing Taliban insurgency in the south of the country. Instead, by the end of July, the Taliban had captured 2 districts of the Helmand province. During the months of fighting, close to 150 soldiers from the coalition forces were lost and 40 Afghan policemen were captured by the Taliban. Heavy aerial bombing led to more than 1,100 Taliban members being killed and 400 were captured. A top UN official in Afghanistan was quick to point out that the number of Taliban casualties do not reflect success. The Taliban fighters' reservoir is practically limitless. The movement will not be overcome by high casualty figures. Let's start this up. So we always start with the command tab here, and we get the mission briefing. So we need to quell the ongoing insurgency in the Helmand province and recapture the region, gaining support for the cause with local villages. Your troops will be stationed at Objective Bravo, but you will need to move into the surrounding areas and win the hearts and minds of the locals. So the objectives is to end the game with a hearts and minds score above 55. So above 55, is that 55 and above, or is that 56? I'm not quite sure. But as I read it here, it should be 56. You will have 60 turns to complete your objective. And when you click the eye, you can get the objective, which is, there's actually no objectives. We just know that this is Bravo, this is our headquarters. There's nothing else to see on the tabs right now, so we can just get on with it. So this is the headquarters. We got 2 villages right next to us, as you can see here, Sangin and Gorak. And then we have 2 villages over here, Obey and Chenar. Another one here in the corner near the paved road called Alim. Another 2 up here called Khel and Vali. And then we got Haidar in the northeast, De Robot over here, and Kelak up in the mountains. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to service these 2 villages, Sangin and Gorak, from the headquarters. And then we're going to place a forward observation post or base here to service Obi and Chena. And then I'll place another fob over here to service a limb before I move up and place a fob up here. And I don't think we have time to get all the way to all of the villages, but there are 10 villages in total. If I can service 7, it should be good enough. And by servicing, I mean I can go and repair stuff, and I can visit the villages frequently. So we start with nothing, and we need to get the basic setup, which is a US infantry, a US special forces, 1 buffalo, 1 MRAP, and 1 husky. Now notice you can actually buy a Striker, Black Hawk, Apache helicopter, and a Chinook, as well as supply trucks and a howitzer. Now I could go with a howitzer right away. That's gonna cost 600, but I can also use the special forces to train up A&A howitzer instead. That's going to take 7 turns though. And that means we'll be without artillery support for the first 7 turns. But of course in the beginning there's not going to be a lot of trouble. So I'm going to start the US Special Forces training a howitzer. And then we're going to start up with the Husky. And the Husky will sweep for IEDs. So we'll just get it out here. And then we'll go over here.
We're Oscar Mike.
No IEDs there, and then we'll come back.
We're Oscar Mike.
Alright. Then we can take the Buffalo and connect this village up to the road. We'll do that like
Copy
this.
that.
Oh, what happened? Okay, I asked it to build a road here, and then it built a road here. Alright, so that means we just wasted a turn doing absolutely nothing. So the MRAP will equip the US infantry, and we'll visit this village as the first
Roger.
action.
No new intel.
No intel, but it's always nice to visit the villages. So we'll just get these guys back in the MRAP and get them over
Copy
here.
that.
That's pretty much it for turn 1. But since I still got that much money, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up the first forward operating base right away. So I'm gonna buy a whole new setup. So that's 1 infantry, 1 special forces, 1 Buffalo, 1 MRAP, and another Husky. And then we're gonna get those guys up this way. Start with the Husky.
Moving out. IED detected.
That was 1 IED there. That's good. That's money in the pocket. Now we'll load up the MRAP with the infantry, and we'll get that out there as well.
Moving out.
And then the special forces, they can just walk there. They walk a lot faster than regular infantry, so they'll be there in a few turns. We'll walk them out here. They also provide a nice field of view. And also the Buffalo, we'll get that out here.
Copy solid.
And that's pretty much turn 1. Not much going on. Let's check intelligence. We now have 2 militia cadres. No Taliban or opium yet. So it's relatively peaceful. The Buffalo here will build a road.
Copy that.
And a waterworks.
Copy solid.
And then we have this village set up completely. Now let's get this village. So we'll get the Husky all the way. Where should it go? Actually, I need. Sorry. I need to build a river. A bridge across the river to get there. So we'll just bring the Husky over here. And the Buffalo as far as it can go. And we'll bring the MRAP over here.
We're Oscar Mike.
So next turn I will build a road here and a bridge, and then we can visit this village. That's the Buffalo that will do that. Now over here we need to set up the second base, and it's going to be somewhere in the middle of these two. I'm thinking right here in the corner should be good. So first we'll scout for IEDs.
Copy solid. IED detected.
That was one there. I think they're placed randomly at the beginning, so you never know where they are. And then we'll set up the base here in the corner. That's about, no, this corner. That's about halfway between those two villages. That's gonna cost 1,500. There we go. And then we'll just get the guys to visit this village, I guess. Yeah, we might as well.
Copy, solid.
Hello there.
Intel incoming.
Intel. Well, that's pretty far away from where we are, so let's get them back up.
Copy, solid.
And
Copy that.
over there. So we'll start building a road connection to these two villages, so it'll be much faster to visit them. And hopefully we'll engage some enemy troops soon, because that is how you get money. Get these guys up here. Alright, so let's end the turn. We can see now we got 4 militia cadres and still no Talibans. Okay, so how much is this gonna cost? A bridge is gonna cost 500. The road is 50.
Roger.
And then the bridge.
Copy, solid.
And I don't think we have enough for the waterworks. So let's just come back. And we'll visit the village.
Copy, solid. No new intel.
No intel. Let's get these guys back up and move back.
Oscar Mike.
Still training that howitzer. And we can get the husky up here as well. I should also build a road here so that we can quickly move out this way. So we don't have the waterworks yet, but otherwise this is all set up. Over here, let's just come back and refuel at the base. This got 3 fuels. Let's get that road up and running. One there. One there. And we got this village connected up. Meanwhile, the MRAP still got 3 fuel. Yeah, let's just get it back to refuel here at the base. And move the special forces this way. Oh, our first militia. Now, we don't have any artillery, but we do have the A-10 Warthog. And I think I need to get closer. Yeah, so I'll go there. And this is free. It costs 1 action point from the US Special Forces, but it doesn't cost any PPs. So I really like to use this one as often as possible. 73% chance, and if we kill them, I believe we get 500 points. Yeah, 500 points in the bank. Now this is a very good way to get points. And that takes it down to 3 militia cadres. And end of turn 3. Drone tech accelerates. Report from Afghanistan. Drone cooldown decreased. Alright, so we can use drones more often. And let's just get a drone going then. Might as well. Get a drone going around here. Yeah, there we go. There's another militia there. And we do have the airstrike. Now the airstrike costs 200 points. But remember, we get 500 from destroying it, so that's a net gain of 300 points. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Unless, of course, we don't destroy them. We did. So that was 300 points more in the bank. We do have enough for the waterworks now. But I think I'm going to sit on the money a little bit. We also need to connect this one up to the road. The Husky and the MRAPs still got 4 supplies. 4 fuel. I think we need to fuel up this guy now.
We're Oscar Mike.
So no further action there, and we'll move the
Copy solid.
special forces over here. Alright, so we got the mines up, hearts and mines up to 52 already, and we got a nice amount of points. I'm gonna get the buffalo back
Oscar
here.
Mike.
Oh, I forgot, I need a road here as well.
Copy solid.
Ah, I screwed that up, didn't I? Actually, built the road in the wrong place. I was clicking on this one. Anyway, end of turn 4. Still no action. We now have 1 opium crop somewhere, and 4 militia cadres. Now let's get that road I was talking about here. And come back. There we go. Oh, and it's time to visit this one. So we'll take the Husky first to search for IEDs.
Affirmative.
No IEDs present. And then we'll get some troops into the MRAP and visit the village.
Affirmative. Village uncooperative.
And we now got the American flag. That's very good. That's the best flag you can get. There are 4 flags. There's the American flag, which is the best. The second best is the Afghan ANA flag. Then there's the red Militia flag, and then finally the white Taliban flag.
Oscar Mike.
Now what we could do also is we could buy a supply truck and load it up with UN supplies and get some supplies into this village.
UN aid delivered.
That should keep them happy as well. Right, up here we can see the US Special Forces are running out of supplies, so we'll head back with them. So let's get the MRAP. Let's see, the Buffalo's got 3 fuel, but that's fine. We'll just move out with the others. The Husky will come down this way.
Moving out. IED detected.
Just take out as many IDs as
IED
possible.
detected.
So that's another 500 points. And then we can take the MRAP and go visit that village over there. We can't quite reach it
We're Oscar Mike.
because there's no road yet. We'll start up the road soon enough when I get some more fuel on the Buffalo. Get these guys in there.
Copy that.
Alright. Let's see how far we are with the howitzer. Still got a few turns left for that. I've already moved all of this. That's pretty much the end of turn 5. Let's check the intelligence. We now have 3 militia, 1 opium, so nothing has happened. We're now gaining points from the
Affirmative.
water tank. Sorry. So I'm seriously considering building another water tank over here. We do have some money, and it's good income. So let's get the buff. Let's get the Husky first, and make sure there's no IEDs around.
Affirmative.
They can come anytime. And let's get the Buffalo over there and build a waterworks right there.
Copy solid.
That means we have now set up
Waterworks complete.
this area down here completely with access to the road, waterworks. We're delivering UN aid. Everything is good.
Copy that.
Alright. So over here we now need to visit this village again. But first we're gonna visit this one.
solid. New intel received.
Opium crop
detected.
over there. Still only 4 fuel for the buffalo. I think 4 fuel is good enough actually. Let's get it going. Oh, and the special forces now will start constructing A&A infantry over here. And the buffalo will start building a road. There.
Copy solid. Copy solid. Copy solid.
Like that. Let's get the guys back inside and move them. Well, they can come all the way back because of the road there. And get the Husky back as well.
Affirmative.
Okay. So that will finish up the road, and I don't think we have money for water tanks over here just yet. But as soon as we have that, I'll set them up. End the turn 6. New Taliban menace. Report from Afghanistan. Hearts and minds points have been decreased. Wow, was that 47? Let me just see here. 2 militia, 1 Taliban is now engaged. Wow, I went to 47 from an event. That's pretty harsh. We gotta visit this town now. So get this one back.
Moving out.
Get the Husky back.
Affirmative.
And then load up the MRAP. And go visit this village.
Copy solid. No new intel.
And we now have the militia flag,
Copy solid.
which is kind of bad. Let's get them some UN aid.
Copy that. UN aid delivered.
See, that turned them back to the ANA. Alright, over here. We need to finish that road.
Roger. Copy solid.
There we go.
Copy
And
solid.
just come back. And we gotta visit the village, so let's take the Husky out.
Copy solid.
Searching for IEDs, nothing there, and then get the US infantry over there.
Copy solid. Village uncooperative.
Nothing happens. Still ANA flag.
Copy solid.
Let's come back
Rear
here.
Oscar Mike. Copy solid.
Alright, so we're set up pretty good here. But we don't have the money to set up the next base over here. So we need to keep going for a while until we get the points to extend things.
ANA unit deployed.
ANA unit deployed. Also, the waterworks broke down already. And that was the howitzer. So we're gonna get that howitzer. Sorry. There it is. There. Look at that range. That can fire at anything within range. So let's get this drone up again. No militias around. Alright, so let's visit over here. Get the truck back.
Affirmative.
And go and repair using the buffalo. Repair the waterworks. That's gonna cost 400 though. Obviously if they break down too often, it's bad. And we are gonna make another howitzer. And that other howitzer is gonna go up here. So what I want to do is I want an artillery pit. I don't have to build it now. But I'm gonna need it anyway at some point. back in there.
Moving out. Moving out.
And let's build that artillery pit. Let's build it over here.
Copy solid.
So we just need the gun in there. And I think that's the turn. Yeah, this one's done. Turn 8. So, election time. Okay, these choices are pretty crap. We got Rashid Badur, who is purely pro-Taliban. And, let's see. PP up 250 per turn, that's pretty good. Cooldown period up until down. Taliban missions up. ANA training time up. Now I'm gonna go with this guy here. They're all three bad in my opinion. Inflation slows the war. All US unit cost increased. Okay. So we gotta visit this one now. Let's get the Husky out.
Moving out. IED detected.
That was one IED there. Money in the bank. MRAP. Go and visit.
Copy that. No new intel.
Okay.
Affirmative.
Just come back here.
Copy solid. Affirmative.
Alright. Up here there's nothing to be done. Oh yeah, I'm still training ANA infantry. So end of turn. It's starting very slowly, isn't it? Nothing going on down here, so let's just
Copy solid.
move the guys in.
Moving out.
And up here we gotta visit this one now, so let's bring the Husky out.
Copy solid. IED detected.
Wow, 3 IEDs. That's a lot of money. And let's visit.
Roger.
There.
New intel incoming.
Also IED down there. We got the flag back to ANA.
Moving out.
I haven't destroyed any enemy units for quite a while now. That's because I can't see them. And we got a vote going on, so that means we should probably see a lot more enemy engagement. Yeah, we got 5 Talibans coming in, and they will provide a lot of money. And we do have the airstrike ready. Everything's looking good. So let's just end the turn and then we'll end this episode. Let's see what happens here.
New ANA unit deployed.
Helicopter shot down, cost of US special forces increased, and nothing else happened. Alright, so we got 2 more turns until the election. And things are going pretty slowly, I should say, but we are set up with money. Money is coming in. That means I can start getting the waterworks set up over here. That should set me up for the rest of the game. But I'm gonna put a break in here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye bye.